Hi guys, it's Stephanie Eberibe and I'm here to talk to you about how to wear your protective gadgets. And when I talk about protective gadgets, I mean the hand sanit how to wear your nose mask, your gloves, and of course the coat and probably how to use your hand sanitizers. Now, I don't need to tell you about the situation of the country or the world because you're experiencing it. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't know that this thing is happening now. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight to the point. I went to the market the other day and I realized that the nose mask has increased drastically from 50 naira for two to 700 naira per one. Now, this nose mask is something that is not supposed to be reused. It's a disposable nose mask, the one that is made with cotton. The materials that is used in the production of this nose mask is not even that expensive, so I don't know why it is so high. Anyway, I know why it's high. It's probably because of the increase in the rate of demand, the high demand for it. So that's what is making it to be high, and that has caused us to wear a nose mask several times, several days. You're wearing one nose mask for consecutive days. You're washing it. I mean, are you actually protecting yourself or are you trying to give yourself infection? Which is it? Because we tend to use this word nose mask wrongly, and I'm here to correct you in the wrong ways to use your nose mask. Who needs a nose mask? Who needs a nose mask? Well, it's not everybody that is supposed to wear a nose mask actually. You need a nose mask when you're doing a surgery. You need a nose mask when you're so that you don't pass contaminate whatever it is you're doing. You need a nose mask when you're not feeling healthy so that you don't give the next person close to you whatever it is that you have or you're suffering from. So if you're healthy, you don't need a nose mask. It's very simple, but because of it gives us the psychological protection. We tend to wear it, and we no, you don't need to wear a nose mask if you're healthy. Now, the reason why they told you to stand 1.5 meter away from the person, from a friend, is because whenever, as I'm talking right now, saliva is coming out of my mouth. Okay, so if my saliva touches the next person and I happen to have this, it's I'm contaminating. I've already spread it. The person gets infected. So no matter how you do it, definitely while you're talking, the saliva leaves your mouth. So it's very important you stay away from this person because the virus can be spread through sputum, it can be spread through tears, mucus, all the things that are being excreted from our body, even sweat, pus, and all that. That's why they say you should not get your hands to your face and all that, and you should try to wash your hands and let your body be dry, let your hands be dry at all times. Okay, how do you wear a nose mask? When you're wearing a nose mask, before you even start wearing the nose mask, you have to wash your hands thoroughly. Then after that, you sanitize your hands, then put on the nose mask, holding it at the elastic point, the point where the rope is. You hold it there, you put it on. Wear a nose mask. You don't wear a nose mask and be touching the part that is protecting your nose. You don't touch it. You don't ever touch it, and don't touch it. You don't need to touch it without sanitizing your hands, and you don't even need to touch it because you could be self-contaminating. You could be contaminating yourself, so you don't have to touch it. How to remove how to remove your nose mask? When you want to remove it, you also have to wash your hands thoroughly. After washing your hands for about 20 seconds, you take a hand sanitizer, sanitize your hand, then you remove it from the elastic point. Remove it this way, straight to the waste bin. You don't remove it and fold it. You don't wear a nose mask. You don't wear a nose mask for some time, you're tired of it, and you fold it and put it here at your jaw. It's wrong. You don't wear a nose mask and you place it at your hair. It's wrong. You don't hang it in your hands. It's wrong. What you have to keep putting it on until you're done or you're tired of it, then you trash it with a very well sanitized hands. Okay, after trashing it, you wash your hands again. Now, don't wear your nose mask for too long. Don't wear your nose mask for too long. Don't even allow your body, your sweat, to be touching your nose mask. Okay, it's very dangerous. So once you wear your nose mask, I notice that you're sweating already, and that it has taken too long. Okay, for so many hours, it's time for you to dispose. It's time for you to dispose. The cotton nose mask is meant to be disposed. The regular ones you're wearing every day is meant to be disposed. The particular nose mask that gives you a 95% protection is the respirator, the one that is made with a polyethylene material. The one that is made with cotton, the regular one, the disposable nose mask, it actually gives you 65% protection, if you ask me, because there is a hole, there is a space in between it and certainly droplets can leave or enter through that. So it just gives you a 65% protection, and you know it's not for everybody. Okay, you don't have to reuse your nose mask. You don't have to. Nose masks are not reused. Once it is a disposable nose mask, you don't reuse it. I don't think they wash nose masks. After using it, just dispose. You don't need to reuse it again. Now, I know how much every one of us wants to make a nose mask for ourselves because of the high price of the nose mask in the market. But it's not actually, if you're going to make your own nose mask, you have to make sure that you meet the at least 90% of the hygienic standard recommended by WHO. You don't just make a nose mask and put in your nose, because you're self-contaminating. You're contaminating yourself. You're giving yourself problems that is not there. So if you're going to make a homemade nose mask, I don't really blame you. I know it gives you a psychological protection, but then you have to be. Let's talk about the hand sanitizers. The hand sanitizers contain at least 90% alcohol, recommended by WHO standards. Okay, so whatever sanitizer you're making, you'll make there any self-making sanitizers at home must be of that standard, otherwise it's rendered ineffective. Okay, now let's talk about the use of vodka to make hand sanitizer. The regular vodka, you people know, contains only 45% of alcohol, so it's not actually recommended. But there are some vodkas that are very good, and that is the spirituous. They are very good. They are strong spirituous that you can use for your hand sanitizers, and of course you can add your glycerin, your aloe vera, and your oil, and then you have your hand sanitizer. You can't use methylated spirits to make a hand sanitizer. It's not good, because methylated spirit is known to cause a lot of problems to the skin. It's not ideal at all for the skin. You don't If you continue use of it, is very toxic to your skin, so you don't use methylated spirit at all. Instead of methylated spirit, I'd advise that you use pure ethyl alcohol. Pure ethyl alcohol, it's actually the vodka type of alcohol. It's going to help a lot more than methylated spirit. The spirituous contains at least 96% alcohol, so it's very safe. If you don't have money or you don't have that, you can use ordinary soap, good soap. Use it to wash your hands thoroughly for at least 20 seconds. You can sing the happy birthday song and you're fine. After singing it, you're done washing your hands. And after washing your hands, please dry it in the air. You don't need to use any other thing to dry your hands. Okay, the reason why they said you should wash your hand consecutively is because the hands are things that you use to touch so many places, so it's very important you wash them very often to stay safe. What about the use of gloves? Gloves is very good, but then you could self-contaminate using a glove. Yes, you have to be very careful when you're using glove, because if you're wearing a glove and you're touching so many places, when you remove the glove, if you're wearing a glove, don't touch your personal belongings, because after touching so many places and you tend to get the virus in your hands, you put your hands inside your handbag, you're already contaminating that handbag. and you will still remove the glove and still put your main hand inside the handbag. So you have to be careful when you're wearing your gloves. You just don't wear it, remove it, and then fold it in your hands and put it inside your bag. That is wrong. Once you're wearing your glove, once you're wearing your gloves, you use it to do whatever it is you want to do, but don't go and use it in your personal belongings. Then after doing what you want to do, trash it immediately and wash your hands, and then start using your personal things. Another thing, alcohol may be a conductor of electricity. So whenever you're using your hand sanitizer, please stay away from electricity because you could get electrocuted. Do you know that some perfumes, some colognes contains up to 90% alcohol? Why don't we use that for hand sanitizer? Why can't we use our perfume as an alcohol? That's my question, and that's what I want you to investigate on your own. Another thing I want to tell you is that you don't wash a nose mask. There is no need to wash a nose mask. Get a new one, use it for the next day. Don't reuse your nose mask. Use a different one every day. Use a different one every day if you want to stay safe. And make sure that there is no heat on your nose mask. Make sure that you don't sweat when you're wearing your nose mask because you're contaminating. Microorganisms lives and dwells in moist habitat. Once there is any hot, any moist, they live there, so you don't need to allow that to happen. Another thing I want to tell you lastly is that God is the one that protects. There are so many people that have observed these measures and they are, at the end of the day they still got the virus. So it's actually God that protects. I want you to make your prayers and start with Psalms 91. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High God shall abide under his shadows forever. So you don't need to worry yourself. Don't ever panic. Don't ever let this disease control you or anyone control you using it. Just stay. It's very important that you stay away from fear completely. The only thing the enemy is trying to do with this is to put fear in our body, and we don't need that. As Christians, you have to stay positive, you have to stay off fear, and you have to keep reading your Bible. I'm sure if you obey all these things, you're just going to be fine. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Bye.